Dear student, today we are going to discuss about kinetics of hip joint. So first movement is flexion. Primary muscle for hip flexion, iliopsoas, sartorius, TFL, rectus femoris, pectineus and adductor longus. And secondary muscles are adductor brevis, gracilis, gluteus minimus, antefiber of gluteus minimus. So femoral on pelvis means femur is moving on fixed pelvis. So first abdominal muscles are activated to fix the pelvis in neutral position, and so abdominal muscle work as a stabilizer, and hip flexors hip flexor muscles work as a mover or mobilizer. In pelvic on femoral, femur is fixed, so this is pelvis move anteriorly, lumbar spine move posteriorly with the help of extensor. So lumbar extensors and hip flexors. Lumbar extensor worked along with hip flexor during pelvic on femoral motion, and abdominal muscle work as a work abdominal muscle along with hip flexor work in a femoral on pelvic motion. So this is a flexor kinematics of hip joint. During hip extension, the primary muscles are gluteus maximus, biceps femoris, long head, semimembranosus, semitendinosus, and adductor magnus, and secondary muscles posterior fiber of gluteus medius. So first movement during femoral and pelvic motion. Femoral and pelvic we discuss in two way, during prone SLR and during climbing on a steep mountain. During prone SLR, suppose this is an individual is prone during prone SLR. During prone SLR, first activation of lumbar extensor muscles to stabilize pelvis and lumbar spine, and then activation of gluteus maximus to raise the limb. So two muscle lumbar extensors and hip extensors. Lumbar extensors to stabilize lumbar and pelvis, and hip extensor to lift the leg. So lumbar extensor work as a stabilizer, and hip extensor work as a mobilizer or mover. Now during climbing on a steep mountain. During climbing on a steep mountain, rectus femoris produce extension on knee joint, and hamstring produce extension on hip joint with gluteus maximus. So activation of both on hip joint, hamstring and gluteus maximus, Gmax, and knee joint activity of rectus femoris. In this way, this is a activity of this is muscular activity during climbing on a steep mountain. Kinetic movement during pelvic on femoral hip extension. It has two movement, posterior pelvic tilt and trunk forward lean. First movement is posterior pelvic tilt. Posterior pelvic tilt, movement of pelvis posteriorly with gluteus maximus and abdominal muscles. So, abdominal muscle from anterior side and glutes from posterior side work together to rotate pelvis in a posterior direction. So, gluteus maximus, Gmax and abdominals work together to maintain posterior pelvic tilt, to produce posterior pelvic tilt. Now, hip extension when trunk come back from flex position. So, trunk forward lean position to the extend neutral position. If trunk, suppose this is a trunk, so activity during flex position to extension. So, in this position, muscular activity of hip extensor during from trunk forward lean we had already discussed in our previous lecture, hip biomechanics part 3 in ipsilateral, ipsidirectional and contradirectional lumbopelvic rhythm. So, please refer to that part. Now, move on. Next movement, abduction and adduction kinematics. Hip abduction. Primary muscle for hip abduction, pectineus, adductor longus and gracilis, adductor brevis and magnus. And secondary muscles are biceps femoris, gluteus maximus and quadratus femoris. In this pectineus, adductor longus and gracilis are in superficial layer. Adductor magnus in the middle layer and adductor brevis in the middle layer and adductor magnus in deep layer. Adductor muscles has dual function. First is produce adduction and second is produce flexion and extension. So, first movement adduction function during gait cycle in single limb stance phase, one limb is in swing stance and other limb is in swing. So, adductor of the stance limb work as a stabilizer and adductors of the swing side work as a mover. So during gait cycle or during kicking, stance side limb adductor work as a stabilizer and swing side limbs adductor work as a mobilizer or mover. Next movement is flexion extension. Axis of hip joint, this, and this is pubic symphysis, adductor tubercle and make pubic joint of pubic symphysis. When hip joint is in around 60-degree flexion, femur coincide with the adductor tubercle, and so at 60-degree hip flexion, femur coincide with the pubic symphysis. When hip flexion angle more than 60-degree, femur anterior to pubic symphysis. When hip flexion angle less than 60-degree, femur posterior to the pubic symphysis. Like this. This is shaft of femur. It is more than hip flexion angle more than 60-degree. It is anterior to the pubic symphysis. When angle is less than 60-degree, femur is posterior to the pubic symphysis. When femur is anterior to the pubic symphysis or the angle is more than 60-degree, adductor muscles pull femur posteriorly, and when angle is less than 60-degree, adductor muscles pull femur towards the pubic symphysis and produce flexion. When and angle is more than 60, adductor muscle pull femur towards the pelvic symphysis, produce extension. So in this, adductor muscles work as a both flexors. In this, adductor muscle work as a both flexors and extensors. When angle is more than 60-degree, produce extension. When angle is less than 60-degree, produce flexion. So adductor muscles also work as a flexion and extension. It depends on hip flexion angle. When hip flexion angle is more than 60-degree, it produce extension, pull femur posteriorly, and when less than 60-degree flexion, hip flexion, femur is posteriorly, so adductor pull femur anteriorly, produce flexion. Now move on abduction. Hip abduction. Hip abduction, the primary muscle for hip abduction is gluteus medius, minimus and tensor fasciae lata, and secondary muscles are piriformis and sartorius. The main function of abductor muscle to prevent pelvic drop in single leg stance or during gait cycle. For this example, this is for left side and right side, and it is on left side single limb stance. During stance on left limb, so left side of hip abductor muscles are working to pull pelvis downward to prevent opposite side pelvis drop downward. When abductor muscles of left side is working, it prevents right side pelvis to drop downward in single leg stance. Amount of force produced by hip abductors to maintain pelvis in neutral position and for this any changes in joint reaction force inside the hip joint. In this bilateral stance, the weight of one lower limb is 1/6, other side 1/6, and weight of upper body is 2/3. 2/3. So weight on one hip joint, 2/3 weight divided in both right side and left side. So weight bearing on one hip joint is 2/3 divided by 2/3 weight is divided on both right side and left side. So weight on one hip joint is 2/3 divided by 2. So weight bearing on one hip joint is around 2/6 or 1/3. If total weight of body is around 100 kg, the weight bearing on bilateral stance, the weight bearing on one side hip joint is around 1/3 of 100%, 100, so it is around 33.33 kg. Now we will understand weight bearing on single limb stance. Function of hip abductor muscle: to prevent attach on this pelvis and prevent this side pelvic drop. So in this is a axis of rotation, weight bearing from center, in this, suppose the axis distance between or attachment side of hip abductors to hip joint is D. The axis, the weight passing from center, and it is around twice the distance of this distance. So in this, the force of abduction produce anti-clockwise torque. Force of abduction produce anti-clockwise torque on hip joint, and weight bearing produce clockwise torque on hip joints. And this weight of the body is around weight of the body is 2/3 of upper trunk, and weight of swing side lower limb is weight of upper limb and trunk, and weight of the right side. So 2/3 plus 1/6. So it is 5/6 times of body weight. So now torque, in this example, torque of clockwise torque is equal to anti-clockwise torque to maintain pelvis in neutral position. So clockwise torque यानी कि force of abduction into distance D is equal to this W, force 5/6 weight into distance 2D. So in this D and D cancel, so force of abduction is 10/6 6 or 5/3 of weight of the body. Force of abduction is equal to 5/3 weight of the body. So, abduction muscle produce 5/3 times of body weight force to maintain pelvis in neutral position. Now we will calculate in this position how much amount of force or joint reaction force inside the hip joint. Now calculate total downward force on the hip joint and total upward force on the hip joint. The joint reaction force is upward force on the hip joint, weight is downward force on the hip joint, and force of abduction is also downward force. So downward force, this upward force is upward force, total upward force is equal to downward force. So upward force is joint reaction force is equal to downward force is force of abduction plus weight. So joint reaction force is equal to force of abduction is equal to 5/3 times of body weight plus 5/3 times of weight of the body plus weight of the body, this 5/6 weight of the body. So joint reaction force is equal to 15/6 weight of the body is equal to 3 पंजे 15, 3 दूनी 6 weight of the body 2.5 times of weight of the body. So in single limb stance, joint reaction force or force on hip joint is 2.5 times of body weight of the body, 2.5 times of the weight of the body. It is 7.5 times of this joint reaction force. Single limb stance weight is 7.5 times more than bilateral stance. Now we move on internal rotation and external rotation. Hip internal and external rotators. So primary muscle for hip, no primary muscle for hip internal rotation, and secondary muscles are gluteus minimus, gluteus medius, TFL, adductor longus, adductor brevis, and pectineus. And primary muscles for hip external rotators are gluteus maximus, piriformis, obturator internus, gemellis, quadratus femoris, and sartorius. And secondary muscles are gluteus medius, posterior fiber of gluteus minimus, obturator externus, and biceps. The direction of muscle force of rotators are lie in the horizontal, so it is best angle of pull to produce rotation in the hip joint. In next section we will discuss about which side we use cane or which side we carry load in the upper limb with respect to the hip joint.